Welcome, good evening. How's everybody doing? And welcome to the show. It is Monday night. That can only mean one thing: football. Why are we here? Let's go watch. Oh, just kidding.
Dude, I just noticed.
Yeah, we wore the same shirt.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. We wore the same shirt for how many years? So the likelihood of us, you know, it's
What's up, Johnny?
only like 3 colors. So
I know, but still.
it's
You know?
I mean, it's gonna happen.
But I just noticed it. Like, seriously.
Yeah, I haven't paid attention at all. I mean, I don't.
Huh.
I've been working on this thing, this Porsche, so it's like all brain functionality has just been kind of like.
Oh, you've been working this too?
I think
I didn't
so.
know that.
I don't
Really?
Oh, wow.
Oh my God! Wow.
This guy does some roadkill, and you think, "What's up, Johnny?"
Wow.
He thinks he's.
Oh, that's the only thing I've been working on.
I mean,
What's
that's
up?
That's not entirely true, but
Well, I mean, that's how I feel.
I know it's okay. This is a Porsche Macan S. That's getting some
Morale system.
It's getting some Morels, getting some Forza, getting some Rockford, a little bit of everything. It's a rep car
From the rep firm.
From the rep, so he's yeah.
He's the rep for all these brands, so you know he wants to support all of it.
It's a fun challenge.
Yeah,
so,
I like it.
We got a decent amount done today. A lot of today was just discovery, trying to figure out what everything was in the car. So we did talk about it over on Instagram a lot. So if you wanna know what it is, you can definitely check it out.
There are comments, yes.
Oh, yep. I like them T-shirts. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And we still use your tips. So.
Yeah, I mean, you guys do a lot. I remember that he told me about the secret of the Porsche. Yeah.
The tips for the backup.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Totally. But yeah, so obviously we're doing quite a few of these now, it seems like. But yeah, that's what we got going on. I can't wait to see the 2-hour-long video on that. It won't be. It'll just be an Instagram video. That's all that's going on there.
That's it.
There are comments. Yes, there are comments, and there are comments on Instagram finally. So that's pretty nice.
Yeah.
What's it doing for subs? Right now, he just has a box with a P310. So we've done a couple of his cars, and he's a sub. He's when it comes to subwoofers, he's very non-committal in the sense that he like the last thing we did of his was a Ram. We put a really big system in his Ram, and I think he changed the subwoofer enclosure like 6 times. It felt like 6 times. Yeah. So what he's doing in this car as far as sub goes, who knows? It doesn't even matter because it's probably going to come out. He was already like taking measurements to have another box built, so yeah. So, some guys just, hey man, that's his thing. He likes to. The nice thing for this for us is like all we have to do is install it because he's gonna tune it because he's real particular about that, and so it's cool. You know, we don't have to do anything. So all we gotta do is get it in there, get it working. I mean, you know, hey. It's a good thing to do. Got to get that Instagram dusted off.
That's it.
Get it ready because December is coming. We're going to be doing the 12 days of Christmas. I don't know exactly how we're going to do it yet, but we're going to try to keep it as simple as possible. So we just want to give away some stuff and, you know, make it easy. So, you guys attending MasterTech Expo 2023? Funny you should ask. We actually, before the show, we just got off the phone with Brian Schmidt from Mobile Solutions, the gentleman that is putting on MasterTech Expo, because we are doing the Clean Wire Challenge. So if you go over to... Oh, wow, that was neat. That just zoomed in. Hold on, let me go here. And I can pull up history. And we'll go... pull this up here. Hold on. Let's see if this will load in. Yeah? Just a random
Yeah.
So this... Oh, let me move that up there. There you go. This is ours. So this Clean Wire Challenge, we're going to be hosting that right now. You guys don't have to go over and fill this out yet. Tuesday of next week, not tomorrow, but Tuesday of next week, we're going to have Brian on the show. and we're going to talk about all the ins and outs and how to register. This is going to be open to anybody, so anyone will be able to enter to win tickets to MasterTech Expo and to compete in the clean wire portion of it. It's going to be, honestly, I'm kind of bummed that we're putting it on, only because it's going to be pretty cool. I mean, you're going to get to keep your stuff, and you're going to be wiring up an amp rack and doing some really cool stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But we'll talk more about that. And yes, so we will be there, naturally, because we're going to be doing that thing. So that ought to be pretty cool. We're pretty excited to get to do that. So before we get too deep into this, let me hide the current comment. You can get that out of there. Every week we do this little thing, the 12 volt clean wire club, which is where a lot of the 12 volt challenge has come from. Is we're gonna post there, so you'll be looking forward to that. But every week Fernando scours the page of the page that you guys post, and he picks someone that he thinks deserves to be the head top page.
Yeah.
And this week we have this set up here, a full audio control system.
Yeah, very nice.
Looking very nice, very clean. What do we got here? We got an epicenter, an LC, a bunch of LCs. 2
LCs. Well, I mean, it's 600 and 2 800s. Pretty cool.
Yeah, one LC. 1.6. There's only 1.6 there.
Oh, yeah. 6 channel.
You said 2. Whose is it?
That's Danny.
Danny?
Yeah.
All right, well, there you go.
ATS.
Good job, Danny.
No, Danny is the man.
Danny is the man.
Very cool, man.
So there you go. Congratulations to Danny for getting his thrown up there.
Yeah.
It's pretty nice. Oh, there we go. What's up? You ready?
I was born ready, man.
All right, let me do this real quick. Hold on. Let me switch this over here. I'm going to do it a little differently. I'm going to pull Focal as our first sponsor of the show. Did you guys know Focal made subwoofers? Not only do they make subwoofers, well, they make some amazing subwoofers. You have the Flax Skinny, but they also make some affordable, awesome subwoofers. You can head over to focal-america.com. Check out their full line of subwoofers. There might be one in there for you.
Yeah.
As well as all the other cool speakers and stuff like that. But what do we have? Give it to me.
What do we have? All right. So,
Angel.
What's up, man?
We'll be registering for MasterTech tomorrow.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Sounds good. All right.
What do you do with extra RCA cables on your amp racks when you have a 2 feet gap but 3 feet of RCA? Well, so it's kind of funny. I like to shrink the RCA, which I know you're going, what? So as when I talk about wiring up an amp rack, you'll know, like, when I come down, I always say leave it loose so that you can unplug and plug. So don't make it super tight at the amplifier. That can suck up an inch. So you know, you just, so like if you're looking at the side, you bring it out. You know, you don't come straight down. You make sure. So you want to make sure there's plenty to run there. The other thing too is if there's any wires running to the left and right. So let's say the speaker wires go past the RCA. You can always have the RCA come down along with the speaker wires and loop back and go the other way. If that's not an option, then what I'll do is at one of the termination points, so whether it be the DSP or the amplifier, is I will drill a hole. And I will loop the RCA around the backside and come back through the hole and plug it into the amplifier. That way that behind the amp rack there's a loop, and then I'll usually put like duct tape on it to hold it in place. But that's only if there's nothing, nothing behind it but yeah, that's how I shrink the RCAs.
That's it?
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
You've seen it a million times.
I have no idea.
Oh, shut up. Have you used the Metro Speed wire with the sub wire built in recently?
Well, we used that one, but not with sub, right? We use the speed wire.
Well, he's talking about the 5 conductor, the new 5 conductor stuff that's sitting back there. No, I haven't used it recently.
Well, I mean, on the video. Well,
no, I haven't. I mean, he's asking if I've used it recently, and the answer to the question is no, I haven't used it recently.
Okay.
I want a 20 conductor, man. I just want lots. I want a 6. I need a 7. I need a 6 more than I need a 5, because for us, I need that extra, because I want to use it for tweeter, mid bass, and then just run wires up to the rear. I think that would be really cool, but that's just me. Okay. With Fernando's car out of commission and my birthday coming up on Thanksgiving, there's still time to pull out the hybrids and get them in.
No, the car is
running.
running.
His car is running. It's all good to go. It was fixed today.
Thank you for your concerns, buddy.
Yes, no doubt.
I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We haven't done the Maverick yet. Coming to Clearwater and hanging in the bay with you two surpasses any Christmas present I could win.
A hug from Dean. You will win a hug from Dean.
I think Christian needs he needs a date.
Yeah? Okay. Well, he's gonna have a date with you right there.
Thought I used pixie dust to shrink them. Nice. Do the new Rams still have reverse polarity door speakers on the passenger side? That is the theory. What is the theory behind that? Most of the Rams have all the speakers wired up backwards. What I think is happening is when the polarity pop track is playing, I think it's playing at the frequency that the all-pass filter is at, and that's why you're getting that one speaker to pop the wrong way compared to the others. But sometimes that dash speaker is out of polarity with the rest of the system, but I still think it's an all-pass issue. But it's one of those things where if it's not really an issue. I mean, it's not like it matters. So, okay, when I say it's not like it's matters, let's kind of think it. Let's work it through the scenarios here to where it's a problem. It's not if you have a premium audio system, it's the amplifier that's doing it. It's not the wiring. If you have a base model system, it doesn't matter. They're going to be the signal, not the wiring. Mm-hmm. So it's not like the wiring is wrong. It's not like it's only a left speaker because the plugs are the same. You can switch. So very rarely does this actually come into like, oh my gosh, this is wrong. If you're keeping the factory radio and you're replacing the speakers, you're going to want it to hook up the same way because you're going to want to take advantage of whatever nonsense they're doing as far as trying to create surround and stuff like that. If you're adding amplifiers, you're going to use an Amp Pro. Mm-hmm. So there again, that's going to negate it. So it's one of those things where it's like very few situations is this actually a thing that you need to worry about. Oh my God, it's Mr. Smith.
Oh, what's really? Up? Hey, what's up, man?
Hola, amigos.
¿Qué pasa?
And then right. Yeah, it's 1,000% an all-pass thing. Yeah, that's what I said. So it's one of those things that you just very rarely is this anything you have to worry about. The only time you get kind of weird is that if you don't realize it's there and then you do some wiring, like oh crap, I got to flip this one. But no, just don't even worry about it. Just make sure however you hook up positive neg on the left when you're looking at that clip, you wire up the same way on the right, and you'll be fine. Because if this is something that a lot of people just don't think about. If you have a car that has a speaker and a clip that plugs into it, most of the time the clip is the same for all four speakers, meaning all four door speakers. The dash is typically different, but if you can get one dash and you get that clip and you figure out which one is positive and negative, it will be the same on the clip over here. So all clips are the same. If right is positive, left is negative on all of the clips. It won't be like this right's positive, this right's negative, but on the driver's side it's this is left, they're backwards. No, never be that way. So if you can figure out one clip, one ring rules them all, guys. One ring rules them all.
All right.
Okay. What's up, fellas? I have a technical question for you. What are the odds?
All right.
I have a 13 Impala, and I'm going to add a micro epicenter and use it as an LOC, and using a prime 1200.1 amp. They both have a bass knob. Which one do you use? You're going to use the Epicenter Micros bass knob because first off, the prime amplifier, it's a level control, meaning it goes from 0 to full tilt boogie, whatever. Oh, that's a nice. Remember when that guy used to always say that? Anyways, it goes from here to here, so it's not essential, meaning if it's not plugged in, it's not going to affect the way the amplifier performs. You definitely want to use the epicenter micro bass knob because it has the effect of the epicenter on the outside and the bass knob on the inside. So just go ahead and leave the prime one out because all it does is go, it doesn't, you know, once you've set the gain, that's all that bass knob control through. So you're good to let it go.
Thank you for the 5, man.
They make like 22 times 16 gauge conductor cable. Okay, yeah, but I want, yeah. It's gotta like not be like garden hose.
Alright.
Dean, have you ever felt bummed about an install of yours because of the car's limitations? Yeah, for sure, totally. Yeah, there's been some times you get done and you're like, that could have gone better. Sometimes it's the car and sometimes it's the equipment. You know, like if somebody brings us some equipment, it's just like, this really wasn't. This really wasn't. This wasn't what we would wanted to have done, and we had to do it because it's what they wanted, and that's what they brought. Well, yeah, no, there's of course. I mean, you can't hit them out of the park every time.
No, Louis, we haven't put that subwoofer yet. So I saw it in SEMA. Pretty cool.
Yes, budget limits suck, for sure. Just put the Sony 10-inch head unit in a 2020 Ram 1500. Love the look and especially the sound. Yes,
very nice.
Very nice.
I like that.
Yeah, I know. I can't wait to get my hands on it and put it in Sue's car. Hey guys, love the show. Would I need to add a battery if I'm running 2 LC61200s and one
1.800?
Yep. Putting in a 2022 Malibu with alternator of 130 amps. Okay, so here's the reality of like, oh, when do I add a battery? When do I add a battery? Battery increases playtime. So what I mean by playtime is if you're going to be sitting in a parking lot playing your system, that's what you need a battery for. When you're driving around, you're fine. I mean, very rarely are you, you know, if you got like a 6K or a 20K, yeah, you're going to need batteries because you're trying to get the optimum performance out of these things. But the reality is for most people in most applications, you're fine. You don't need to worry about it.
Yeah.
If you're trying to sit and like play your system, then that's when you need batteries because you need a means in which to charge them. So, you know, if you're going to be a parking lot pounder, yeah, you're going to need batteries and you need to plug them in or get a bigger alternator. If you're just driving it back and forth to work and, you know, to the grocery store and all that other fun stuff, you'll be fine. Quick question, professors. 2016 Mazda 6 with the hateful Bose 9-inch speakers. Replace speakers with 6-inch Hertz, and now I have low volume. Any suggestions for speaker replacement? So the problem probably isn't the fact that you went with 6-inch Hertz. It's probably because it was a 2-ohm driver, maybe. So now you're getting less power to it.
Yeah.
I don't think power base makes a. You're having a rough time tonight.
I know.
Do you need a cough drop?
I'm going to.
We'll go get one. Go ahead. I'll stall.
Let me
I haven't answered this, but I don't know if power base makes a subwoofer or speaker for that. But maybe think about getting a small amplifier.
I think that was a small amplifier.
Like a small 2-channel amplifier.
Yeah.
Would probably be a better solution. Like maybe get something like an audio control ACM 2.300. I'll take 40 volts input, so it'll interface with the Bose. You don't need a giant power wire for it. I would think that would probably be a better idea than worrying about the speakers. You know?
Yeah, for sure. All right.
I'm ready to start my build, but I'm stuck on which wire brand to choose. I have 2 4-channel amps and 1 sub-amp. I want to run 0 gauge to the amp rack and then distribution 4-gauge power wire to the amps. I mean, so we use Stinger wire, but there's plenty of awesome wire companies out there.
Metro makes them.
Well, I was gonna say a lot of the times. So here's depending on the amplifiers you're going with. some amplifier manufacturers will actually extend the warranty if you use their power wire.
Yeah.
Like Rockford will give you an extra warranty. I think Kicker even gives you an extra warranty if you use their power wire. As far as distribution blocks, we use the Metro ones, which is, I have a silly name.
T-Spec.
T-Spec, thank you. The Metro T-Spec distribution blocks, they're pretty awesome. I would highly recommend those. They are my favorite currently. But yeah, I mean, just don't buy cheap crap. You'll be okay. Hey gents, I added a comp R12-inch loaded kicker box to my stock system. Sounds good. My question is, should I just continue to use stock or upgrade stock components? Components front and rear, also center. Well, it has a center channel, which leads me to believe it's probably a factory amplified system. But without knowing the car, that's where it could get kind of weird. Adding a subwoofer is super easy as far as, like, I want to add bass to my car. I want to increase the performance. I add some bass to it. Easy, boom, done. Replacing the mids and highs can get to be a whole nother headache. As we just saw when he was asking, I took out the 9-inch Bose driver and I put in a 6-inch. I've lost a lot of sound. That can happen if it's a premium audio system of some kind with a center channel, unless it's just a Toyota. There's where things can get weird. There's more information that needs to be had in order to make a proper recommendation for that, because depending on the car, sometimes changing speakers without adding an amplifier is a bad idea. What's up, Mr. Marty Dean?
Hey, Marty.
Is Kenwood updating the 10-inch radios for the newer model? If so, any changes? That is a no. You probably won't see that radio changed maybe the end of the year, next, like 2024. The thing of it is there's really nothing to update. It has everything you could possibly want. Right now there isn't any new features that it would make sense to update it to. If anything, they need to go back and update like the 9000 series radios, which are supposed to be updated, but there again, then they ran into some things, and so now we're not going to see those until probably middle of the year at this point. But no, which I'm fine with, because I feel that manufacturers need to stop doing that. It's stupid. Alpine has figured it out. The ILXW 650 has been in the model lineup now for like 3 years, because it does everything it needs to do. What else are you going to give it? You know, why? And so they've been keeping their products in the line longer, which makes sense, because unless there's a significant upgrade you're going to do to it, why would you want to change it? I mean, incremental updates just because things, you know, like they just added the ability to do one of the streaming services, the expensive one in the Alpine, which is cool. It's a software update. That works. But otherwise, you know, let them ride, man. Let them ride. We don't need a new radio every year.
All right. So aux or Bluetooth, which one is better?
Depends on the unit, but more than likely aux is going to give you a better sound, unless you get a high-res Bluetooth streamer and you have a phone that's capable of streaming Bluetooth. But yeah, I'd probably do aux.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, I mean, why would I want to do Bluetooth? Bluetooth is more convenience, but aux sounds. You know,
but not with these new radios and all that stuff. Bluetooth is pretty good.
There again, it depends on what kind of Bluetooth it has. I mean, if it's got crappy Bluetooth,
oh, for sure,
then no. If it's got good Bluetooth, then just use Bluetooth. There again, it also depends what you're streaming. You know, if the guy's going, what's the best way to get freaking Pandora into my radio? Who cares? It's Pandora. It sucks. It's not gonna matter. You could stream, dude. You can roll down the window and hold the phone outside and sing. It's gonna sound just as good. Pandora sucks. So, you know, consider the source of what you're trying to get into the radio before you worry about the means in which to do it.
All right.
Watched your Insta today. I can't believe that Porsche has no sound treatment from the factory.
I mean, every car has a little bit of sound treatment, and when I say a little bit, they only have like square.
Yeah.
You know, square here and little bits in there.
Keep this in mind when you're looking at that Porsche. It's a solid steel door. So like, unlike most conventional cars where you have like either a big hole or plastic or a vapor barrier, it's steel on the outside, steel on the inside. And then the door panel itself is heavy as shit, and it has a ton of foam on it. So their sound treatment is there for road noise. The insulation is on the actual door panel itself. So there again, when everyone gets excited about sound treatment, it depends what you're trying to do with it, okay, and what the intended goal is. At what point, other than in the aluminum car, do you decide to run ground directly to the battery? If it's a fiberglass car, such as a Corvette, or if it's like a big full-size SUV and the amplifier has to go into the back of the car, and it's a newer one, not an older one, a newer one, then sometimes you'll want to check the ground plane and check your resistance between the battery and where you're going to ground it in the back of the car, because of the body, the glue that they're gluing the car together with now, instead of, you know, doing a proper weld, then you might have too much resistance. So you don't necessarily need to go to the battery at that point. You just need to take it up to a ground that's better, you know, closer to the actual ground plane of the car, as opposed to way back in the back where it's totally useless. But other than that, no, it's all good.
No?
Yeah, I mean, the other so the thing you got to keep in mind when, like in this Porsche, for example, the battery's in the trunk, and when you're looking at your battery terminal, like in this one, there is they started to put them on the ground, which thank God, but the voltage clamp to keep an eye on what's going on with the system is usually on the ground terminal now. So that's one of those things you have to kind of pay attention to when adding in a system, is you don't want to go after the ground clamp. You want to go like so. In this, there's a great factory ground that the car is attached to. We'll be able to connect our amplifiers right to that, and that will allow everything to function properly. What's up, guys? See you in February.
That's
you
right.
Must be talking about
Master Tech.
No, February. That's
Sorry, my bad.
See, it's real easy to do, right?
Yeah,
huh?
It's a lot of going on, man.
Yeah.
But I will see you. What
is going on in February?
Knowledge Fest.
There you go.
Knowledge Fest in Vegas again. I hate Vegas.
I hate Vegas.
I hate Vegas. I'm sorry.
No offense, if you
no offense, but
you guys
no.
that live out there.
I would go there for 3 days and that's it. I come back. All right.
Oh Jesus, Bill's trying to be funny. At what point, other than all right, I literally just answered that one.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was the next one.
Hold on, wait. Make sure to set the car up to image in the center. Dude, you're just throwing shade. You're just throwing so much shade. It's his boss's car. So.
All right.
Hold on. I hate it so much right now. All right. 2021 Mustang GT. Using an LC2i Pro for amp turn on. Tapped in after the factory amp. Front door sub. And it sounds weird. If I tap in before the amp, will it be better? All right. So, you have a 2021 Mustang GT. The Mustang GT uses a variable voltage output into the factory amplifier. It's one of the few cars that actually does it. The problem is you bought an LC2i Pro. LC2i is a high-level to low-level adapter. Believe it or not, you would have been better off getting the LC1i Pro, which you may still be able to do, because the LC1i Pro is a line driver as well as a high-level to low-level adapter. And that is really what you need on the Mustang. You can go before the amplifier with the LC1i and then use that to drive your subwoofer, and actually it's going to be even better because you will get a full range output. Now the problem is the turn on, because you won't be able to you'll have to use signal sense turn on, or you'll have to so you got to make sure you turn off GTO. You either use signal sense or go get an accessory turn on for it, because the signal coming out of the radio does not have DC offset. But that's what you want to do on the Mustang. So yeah, get an LC1i Pro. Speaking of LC1i Pro, probably a good idea to bring that up right now. Audio control. For those of you that are wondering what the heck I just talked about, let me show you. This little plaque here right behind me this right here. This is LC1i Pro. This is LC2i Pro. That is an epicenter micro. These are what we call the trifecta of doom. Each one of them does a little bit different, but there are a lot of similarities. For example, LC1i Pro is going to be the first model that gets you to high level to low level. However, it's also a line driver, which is unique to that piece, and that if you hook it up, has high level to low level, but then you go buy a radio one day that has a crappy 2-volt out, you can simply run RCAs into it, and there you go, you have that. Now, on the Mustang, you will be running RCAs into it. So you'll be tapping off and going into the RCA input and not the line level, because you don't need line level, you need high level. I mean, you don't want high level, you want line level. So you'll be coming into the RCA portion of it, and you can use that as a line driver to make the system sound better and up the voltage, because coming out of the Mustang is going to be a lot of low voltage, lower than you're wanting to use. So you want a line driver to boost it back up. Next is the LC2i Pro. The LC2i Pro is your standard high level to low level delivered with AccuBass, which means if you have bass roll off caused by factory loudness, you can use that to negate it and make it fun again. However, if you want something even more exciting, then you have the Epicenter Micro, which can be used as a RCA input, as a regular high level input, and also just have fun with it because it's the Epicenter Micro. All of them have load resistors built into them if you are going to be disconnecting the factory speakers. So pretty exciting. You can find them at audiocontrol.com. DMA10. Oh, I didn't read the DMA10 question.
Really?
No, I was too busy cutting a promo.
Well.
Okay. Try to find it again.
All right. Yeah.
Have Fernando learn how to bend conduit. Just run some big shiny pipe under the car for that 22 conductor cable. Not gonna happen. But I get it.
No.
No.
All right. Hang on. I got this one.
Okay. Oh, do it again. It just magically disappeared. What was the meter for checking capacitance? Okay, hold on. Ow. So it is this guy right here. It is the X-Tech, so EX-Tech LCR meter. And this particular one is the 380193. This guy right here. You can pick it up over on Amazon. It's not in DNF tool drawer yet, but it will be definitely soon, because that's pretty awesome. El Fuego asks, DMA10 installed for a few years. Is there a major software update, Parametric EQ? Not yet. The Parametric EQ update is coming. Hopefully be here by the end of the year. That's what they're telling us, which means it'll probably be here after the first of the year. But there is a big update coming. Other than that, it's just been simple updates for, just soft, just tuning. And so there hasn't been, if you haven't updated in a while, there's no point, and it's working, just leave it alone. Wait till the big update comes. What is the ohm load of Bose speakers in a GMC? Are they all for them, allowing us to use aftermarket speakers with their amps? That's a no. They're not. They're their own ohm load. They're an ohm load that nobody else uses. So they make it very difficult to upgrade. If you just have a blown, like if you have an older Bose system and you got a blown speaker, just buy an efficient, inexpensive speaker to replace it with. A brand to look into is the Powerbase plug and plays. So they make a direct fit from Powerbase, which is really nice. Those will go in and they'll actually sound pretty good with the factory Bose system. So that would be the answer to that question. And that's Powerbase, like just how it sounds.
Thanks, Scott.
Scott, you the man.
All right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you guys came across ANC on a 2020 Silverado with Bose system? I seen on the forums about a purple blue wire, but did not see it on the Bose amp. Ideas? It has 2 mics on the front headliner. No, we haven't seen it in that car. So rumor has it that they decided to not do it anymore. So too many people complaining about it. So they took the fake crap out. But yeah, no, if you don't see that wire, the purple, black, the purple blue, whatever, purple blue wire, then no, it doesn't have it. And you're good. So we've done a couple of those. Obviously we've used the amp harness that they make that's not pinned for the car, so we repin it. But if it has Bose system 2020, Metra and the access line does make an interface now, so they make the AVB interface so that you can get a preamp, so you can take the whole Bose system out. So that is available now, and it's reasonably priced. It does come with a 10-channel DSP. You don't have to use it. You just use it as high level. Just use it as regular line level output. But they are making one, so that's kind of cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on the kicker loaded enclosure with L7s? Oh, we use it all the time. Yeah, it's great. I mean, the little wedge one, yeah, that's pretty awesome. If that's what you're talking about. Or no, the regular L7s. I mean, honestly, we use a ton of loaded enclosures, so I like them all. I mean, I like the Q class is pretty badass, but hey, fellas.
What's up? Sound Effects.
Sound Effects Delaware checking in. What's up, Gary? Is there a way to connect a monoblock with a 4-channel amp without running them both from the radio? Yes. A lot of 4-channel amplifiers will come with six RCAs on the side of the amplifier. And the idea behind that is that you would run front and rear into the 4-channel, and then you would take the RCA out and go off to the monoblock. And what that would do is provide you with non-fade output. Now, it's only if your 4-channel has the outputs that will that work. Whether you're doing high level or low level, it should still feed you the output. But that would be how you would achieve that without having to run another set of wires back there to power up the monoblock. But that would be the only way I can think of, if that's the question you're asking. Dean, I would like your opinion. Okay. I'm running Illusion Audio C6 components. Amp choice is either a Macintosh MCC222 110x2 or the Helix E20 tube amplifier. Wow. Man, you got some old stuff. Man, that's a tough one. Part of me wants to say the Helix E20 tube amplifier, not because of the power, but just because it's a tube amplifier, and that's just cool. There again, for no other reason than just straight up coolness, I think the tube amplifier would be cooler. You know, because it's a tube amp. You know, Macintosh, a lot of people have those. I mean, I got one right over there. But yeah, I think the tube amp would be fun.
Yeah.
Some say the JLW7 is too boomy, but I love that. Hate the price. I mean,
I love that one.
It is a great little subwoofer. Price is just the price to play. The price you pay to play.
Yeah.
You know, it's what it is. I mean, are there woofers out there that can, make bass for less? Probably, but they're not that. Taking airborne or vitamin C now before you catch whatever Fernando trying to give you. No problems there, man. I live off of airborne and multivitamin every day. So, and I always travel with it too.
Yeah. All right, let's see.
I actually take 2 different ones depending on what day of the week it is, so I don't build up a tolerance.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, I go crazy. So extra. And actually, it's funny since we're talking about daily vitamins. So I take the Energy C's, and then I take the Airbornes, and then because I'm old, I take the Mega Man Sports. And I keep them here because I spend more time here than I do at my house.
A lot of drugs.
A lot of drugs. Yeah, it sucks. I would like to see these updates for Kenwood. Edge-to-edge screen. HDMI out for rear entertainment. Okay. 4 HD camera inputs. Wi-Fi firmware updates. Those would be incremental updates at best. And how much more are you willing to pay for all of that? Because really, at the end of the day, that's what keeps them from doing all of this, is how much are you willing to pay? What is your financial value that you're willing to establish, and is everyone else willing to pay that for it? That's all it comes down to. It just comes down to who's going to buy it, and are they willing to spend the money to pay for it? Because those are all cool things, but at the end of the day, none of those are important. And as far as HDMI out for rear entertainment is a non-thing. I mean, very few, like...
Well, not true.
Okay.
Well, you know, the new Audi is going to provide brand new entertainment.
Yeah, but those are goggles.
With the VR.
Yeah, but those are goggles. They're not... It's going to be over the air.
No.
I mean, it's goggles, man. I have a 2014 Mazda CX-5 with a bad Bose amp that makes my front right mid-bass lower door speaker. I want to buy an aftermarket amp and bypass the factory amp, but I can't figure out which connection's going to the amp. Yeah, that's okay. It's not that simple. It's not that simple. Couple different things you can do in this car. One, just replace the Bose amplifier with another Bose amplifier. Meaning, just buy the CX-5, go to eBay. There's places on there that sell refurbished versions of the amplifier. If it were me, that's what I would do, because what you're asking to do, it's going to be a headache. Like, you know, you have to do all of the fun stuff, meaning you have to go out and you have to figure out what type of output is coming from the radio. Is it variable voltage or fixed? If it's variable voltage, fine. Now I have to figure out, like you said, there is no plug, so you have to go and figure out all the positives and negatives, all the right fronts, left fronts, and then you have to do it again on the output side. Plus, how many channels is the Bose amplifier? It's probably not just a 4-channel amplifier. It probably has a subwoofer attached to it. So now it's like, how many channels do I have? Because if it's a 6-channel amp or a 7-channel amp, you have to buy a 6 or 7-channel amp. At the end of the day, it would probably be cheaper just to see if there's a refurbished version of the amplifier somewhere that you could just put in, or maybe send yours off to one of the refurbished places and have them refurb your amplifier. It's 2014 though, which means I'm probably looking at maybe replacing the radio and just going with new speakers and possibly a subwoofer in the back. So it really just depends on how long you plan on keeping the vehicle and what it is you're trying to do. But if you were to walk in the door and ask me, I'd be like, well, why don't we update the radio with something with CarPlay and Android Auto? And do you have a backup camera? No. Are we keeping the car for more than a couple months? What are we doing here? So, but never am I trying to integrate into that Bose 2014 radio. That is never going to be an option on the table.
See, that's exactly right. That's what I got that from the airplane. Jesus.
No, he didn't. He caught it from talking to 1,000 people at SEMA.
At SEMA.
And he's
Vegas. All right, so he's willing to pay $2K.
For what?
For a radio.
And
with
what?
all the...
right, but he's willing to.
Yeah, not everybody's going to
Not
have
everyone
2K.
else is willing to do that.
And you appreciate the value that they're going to put in there.
And that's why they make expensive stuff. Like, I'm with you, man. I'm with you.
No, because he bought the Kenwood, you know, so...
But unfortunately, when it comes to the Japanese, majority wins over minority. All right?
How many are you going to sell?
How many are you going to sell?
Yeah.
Dude, that is just... Okay, here's the bad news. All the radio manufacturers are Japanese. Okay, the top tiers. You got Sony. I mean, try to ask them to do something. You got Sony, you got JVC Kenwood, you got Alpine. Pioneer used to be. And out of all of that, you would think, oh, no. But they all have this Japanese mentality, which is the simplest thing of like, how many are we going to sell? Can you sell that? Just because you want it doesn't mean you can sell it. You know, High 10 has a lot of those features built into it, but it's a High 10. And it doesn't do the high res thing on all the cameras. But it will. Mm-hmm. It'll probably do it before all the other ones will, because They now have high-res cameras, and EchoMaster is moving forward with high-res cameras. So all the new cameras that are come out are going to be high-res because the High 10 is going to move to high-res. So you'll probably see it in the High 10 long before you see it in a Kenwood, JVC, Sony, or Alpine.
Yeah. All right. So this is good.
Being in Florida, have you installed any DS18 Pro? God,
I don't know.
If so, what are your thoughts? No.
No, we haven't.
No. They're in Miami. That's not really Florida.
No,
it's not really Florida, man.
No. But
it's true. I mean, it's
like we sell it.
Miami's a whole nother world.
We
man.
haven't installed nothing like that.
Yeah. We don't.
It's not even Florida. What are you talking about? You talk about Florida, and the first thing you see is Miami.
Yeah, it's what it says on my phone. Do you want 1,000 more subscribers for Christmas to make it? I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, that would make it a white Christmas. Hold on. Do you think Sony produces more GS9s or the regular $200 units? It's about money. Yeah. I mean, it's what it is.
To move to dry climate.
Dude, let me tell you what. Dry climate is what did it.
Yes.
I mean, I'm still just
like you can feel it in your nose. Like I don't know.
Miami is the Dubai of Florida.
That's right. Dude, it's very expensive. Jesus.
What's up, guys? What's your favorite car at SEMA? I didn't see a ton of cars, but I honestly that first day we were there and we had that dark blue with the camel interior Mercedes with the wide body
orange
kit.
one.
Yeah. That was pretty. That to me was like.
Yeah.
Oh, the GS9 is discontinued, by the way. Well,
yeah, that's it. It's over.
It's over?
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
No more GS9. That's the reason why I'm never gonna get rid of it. I'm done.
Maybe a 50th anniversary Warhorse next year.
Let's hope.
Well, no, because the Warhorse isn't 50 years old. Okay, so no, you're not going to see anything like that. It's not 50 years old. You know, the company's 50. I mean, really, you guys are getting. Listen, let's all be excited that Kicker's giving you guys something because they actually listened and are giving you what you guys asked for. You wanted the gold letter Kicker subwoofers. They're going to give them to you. Okay? What other manufacturer? I mean, no, nobody does that. They actually listened. You guys bitched enough, and they listened. Because I mean, there again, what was the
bitching though?
They did. Everyone was like, dude, we want this to be so cool. We want this to be so cool. And they're like, you know what? Let's just figure out how much it costs. And if it's reasonable, and people, if it's within the window of what Steve thinks is acceptable for people to pay, then he'll do it. And he did. So it's gonna be cool. But no.
Okay.
I know. Dude, you put $1,000 price tag on anything, everyone's eyes go up like this. How much is that? What are we gonna do? How many are we gonna sell? 19 GMC Denali, non-Bose. Bought the Alpine KTP 455. The little brick amp. To hook to the factory deck. Does someone make a T-harness? Nope. No, they don't. They don't. Why? Man. I mean, Metro is going to be the company that's going to have the closest thing where you could probably cobble together a couple harnesses to make one. I mean, that's where I would look first, is I'd go over to Metro and see, like, if they make... they're going to have something that you could probably cut up and make, but no. I have a 10-inch slim kicker downfiring box with a passive radiator. It's a Compar T-box. Will I see a significant increase if I upgrade to the ported Comp R12 on the same 500 watt amp from my Kicker IQ amps? Yes. Yeah, you will notice a huge difference. Huge difference. Like, oh my gosh, I just went from 1 sub to 4 kind of a difference. So yes, you will notice a gigantic difference. Kelly G's in the house. Would you suggest I run 2 lines into my trunk, like 0 gauge for the 1800 watt sub amp and a 4 gauge for my Scar Audio on highs, or 0 gauge and split it off? Man, you know, this is one of those questions that that is kind of like, what do you do? And this is where the power wire chart, and this is when I will lean into that power wire chart like hardcore, because...
Wow, that's so small.
That is so small. Can I make it bigger?
Yeah. Can you just like expand it?
No, you can't. It's just,
No, with you.
No, it doesn't do that. Hold on, I can just open it with preview. Wow, that was neat.
All right,
Why did
right
that?
there.
You got it? Okay, good. Let me go over here. So this is what I'm doing. I'm looking at this power wire chart hardcore because I want to be exactly like, I'm gonna figure out how much amperage draw do I have. So it looks like at 19 to 22 feet. All right, so 16 to 19 feet, I can do 300 amps on a 0 gauge wire. So I don't think you have over 300 amps. So you should be good with a 0 gauge wire, but this is what I'm looking at. Because, dude, trying to run a 0 gauge and a 4 gauge, it's hard enough just trying to run a 0 gauge. But, so at that point I would split it off. Get some T-spec.
Huh, look at that.
Best Buy had JBL 12-inch subs on sale yesterday. They sold out fast. I was going to buy like 20. I was actually in a Best Buy yesterday. Bought a TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did.
Hey, from Denmark!
What's up?
Ooh, they do sell the Ronin stuff. Or they sell the DJI little thingy that we want to get.
Oh, for the phone?
Yeah, they got it there. So, I just got my second L7 T10 back from warranty. The tinsel lead problem has been solved.
Perfect.
Life is good. Bass is soon to be returning to your life.
Yeah.
What is that? I have them in stock. Okay. He'll ship. Ada will ship. I think doing a new Solo X quad box would be cool.
That would be cool. That would be freaking cool. I agree with you, man. I don't care whatever they say. I agree with you. That would be cool.
Okay. I think a dual box would be cool. Like, I think two.
Why?
Well, because, all right, let's be realistic.
No, I know.
You know, they don't
Nobody's
even have,
gonna buy.
They don't have an amp to power the current quad box, so okay, you know. So
It's still cool.
I'm not saying it isn't. I just, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Fernando.
I know,
says.
man. I know.
It's
It's only dreams, bro. It's only dreams.
yeah.
That's it.
I mean, it's already coming on a pallet, so I guess it really doesn't matter.
All right.
I was reading it off to the side. Hey, Deans, what's your thoughts on upfront sub in the glove box? Do they have any significant to SQ cars? Add any significant? So funny you should ask. When I was at SEMA, when I was at the SEMA show, a lot of the guys had their glove box out and had little 8s and little 6s along with a subwoofer in the back. So I was like, whoa. I thought it was really cool, and a lot of them did like plexi windows, and there were some that were hidden to where it was like it was a false glove box and there was a sub up behind it. They swore by them. They thought they were the best thing ever, and at the volumes that they listened to those things, I would tend to agree because they're not trying to beat the back of your head off. So they were using those to provide the low end bass and then adding just a touch from the rear for the super like 20 hertz type stuff that is super non-directional, so it really doesn't matter. But yeah, they love them. They thought they were awesome and did the thing. So I think it's cool.
No, I think it's great.
You know who I wanted to try was who's the tall guy that always wears black, white hair, your buddy, Passive Radiators. What's the name of the company?
Automobile.
Yeah, audio.
Automobile.
Yeah, I thought doing one of theirs with their passive radiator would be pretty cool.
Yeah, they make cool stuff too. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Phoenix Gold TI2 amplifiers any good? If you can find them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're good.
Yeah.
I think it's one over there.
Yeah,
right?
there's one over there.
You
Yeah, you can't
see
see it.
but yeah.
Yeah, I have a set somewhere. I put them away finally.
Yeah, you put it away.
I know, thank God.
That's right.
Yeah? I like the off topic a bit. Oh yeah, I remember the little white one. The little white VW. Trust me, there was a ton of them with upfront bass, with glove box bass. It was just like one after the other. Ever had loud fan on Rockford Mini T's? Yeah.
They get loud.
Yeah, they get loud.
Yeah.
I mean, they're small little fans that just move. They rock and roll. Is it enough to be annoying? It depends. Hey Dean, what's your thoughts? Really? You're failing us, Fernando. We already answered that question.
Sorry.
A bit off topic, but what would you guys have a good recommendation for 6.5 component set for my wife's hardtop Miata, looking around $500 range, but can go up if I need. I will tell you this: we did a Miata not too long ago where we actually filmed it, and there's a video up for you to check out. Might want to check that out, and with a full Kenwood system in it to give you some ideas. Check it out. We went full active. We had to remove the doors off the car. It was really scary, but hey, you know, we put a 7-inch. Sounds like the barbershop next door is bumpy. Dude, they're totally bumping. It's ridiculous. But
yeah.
What's up, Chris? Hope you have a great one too.
What's up, man?
But anyways, back to Miata. We put some of the 7-inch Kenwood XLNs in there along with their 4-channel amplifier. Sound really nice. All high res. It's pretty good. I heard a pair of Audio Frox GB12s and a Fox box. They rocked. I bet you they did.
They do, man.
I mean, dude, Fox acoustic all the way. Woo! I still need to put together, you know, because we have the. So anytime anyone asks a question, we always pull this piece up here, and what I want to do. Ooh, what happened? How did that happen? Oh wow, that totally. Oh, that's why. What I want to do is make a something like that, but for subwoofer enclosures, because I feel we need that.
Yeah. All right. So,
we're about 1,000 away from 2K, Johnny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
6.5 component set for Mazda Miata sounds like a fair trade.
Yeah. Well, and then, like I said, the we went with the 7-inch because the Miata, at least the one we dealt with, had the Bose system in it, and don't think there's 4 wires in that door. There's only 2. You have to run 4 wires.
Yeah.
And it is easier just to take the door off.
James, yeah, Paul has them. You just gotta tell them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Have to remove the tire.
To get to remove no, not on a Mustang. To get to the battery on a Mustang?
No.
No.
No, the batteries.
Battery's under the hood.
In front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only car you have to pull the tire off to get to the battery is a Viper or some stupid Dodge car where it's front tire. But no, the Mustang, is in
front.
Passenger dash. You just pull the top off and you can get to it. I would recommend pulling the battery out of the car so you can go through the firewall there too. So if you've ever seen Fernando does it, he pulls the whole battery out.
It's easier.
Yeah, it's way easier to do that for sure.
Yeah.
So
GT350.
GT350. That's not a Mustang.
Yep.
Well, it is, but you still have to pull the tire off to get to the battery. I don't know. Chrysler 300. That's it. Yeah, passenger front. Yeah, it sucked. Yeah. Hey guys, I have an F250 2022 with the BO 8-speaker setup. Looking for an interface so I can put an amp on the doors and add some subs. Right now, you have a couple to choose from. The Nav TV Zen A to B.
Yeah.
You have the Mobridge adapter. So basically, if you go here, and we'll remove this. Take a screenshot of this right here. PAC makes an interface, Metra makes an interface, Nav TV makes an interface, and Mobridge makes an interface. There's 4 companies right there that make interfacing for what you're trying to do. Pick one, rock on, run with that, and you'll be all good. Know that you will need amplifiers for everything because it is an amplifier replacement. That BO amplifier is coming out. So you can't just like interface in and it like use deck power. No, BO's gone. So.
And now that we talk about running, we have to run too. So this is it, guys.
That was the worst segue ever. Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning in on the show and hanging with us and spending your Monday night. If you're interested in finding any of the cool tools that we use to do our installs, you can head over to Dean and Fernando's tool drawer. DNF tool drawer is the place. That is DNF tool drawer. There you can find all the tools that we use. Of course, the IRTA2. If you want to click on that, that'll take you through and show you how this tool will revolutionize your installations. We have tons of how-to videos. But yes, this will answer so many things of what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
And then winter is coming, which means it's time to get yourself a 5-star hoodie. So you can head over to dnfswag.com. That is dnfswag.com. And you can find all your cool swag needs. That's it, guys. That's all we got. If you're interested in asking us more questions, make sure to tune in on Instagram where we go daily. Most days there. And we'll take some questions if we have time. And, of course, you can tune back in Saturday. And don't forget about the news show Friday mornings at 9 o'clock on Dean and Fernando's Car Stereo Clips, the other YouTube channel we have. So tune into that.
Thank you.
And that's really about it for this week. It's just going to be a week. Normal, everyday, Monday through Saturday week. Nothing too exciting. Nothing to worry about. Don't pay any attention. You guys have a great night as always. We'll see you later next time. Bye.